that you projected your fears and insecurities on her, telling her if Donald Trump was elected, Black people would be doomed.
Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. So let me say this. I am a minority inspector.
Okay.
For 1016. And as a minority inspector, you never, ever, ever discuss politics or your beliefs or anything like that.
So can we calm my daughter down here? Because at this point, you're making it like she's a complete liar. My daughter had never told me someone said anything such to her like this.
No, ma'am. So this is what happened. I did call her down to register to vote because we're registering all the 18-year-olds to vote.
She's not 18. She's 17.
Yeah, but she turns 18 before the election.
Yeah, but I could have took my daughter to register her to vote. I did not ask for y'all to register my daughter to vote.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Whoa. You guys know already that these Democrats out here in these political streets will do anything to win, okay? They will stoop so low, lower than the ground. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and watch the video to the end. This is really, really good. So you probably have seen trending already all over social media, this Black mother who is a Trump supporter. She found out something horrible happened without her consent. You may say it's not that bad, but she found out the school, well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going to show you about it.
Today, my 17-year-old daughter was pulled out of class and was told she needed to register to vote. Not only was she told how to register, she was told who she should vote for. I am her mother, and I have yet to have this conversation with her about the upcoming election. I have not signed any consent forms telling y'all that my daughter can register to vote at school.
So we see that this mother is very upset, right? Extremely upset because her daughter was pulled aside. She's not even 18. The girl is not 18 yet. And I've seen this information before. The daughter turns 18 on October 5th. And the mother wanted to have a conversation with her daughter about politics before this was done. This is going to make people who really have the right way of thinking, not if you Trump deranged. I'm not talking to you guys who may come across this video because you're deranged. Okay, I can't help you. Only God can. But this will make you mad. Okay, if you are a parent, you want to have these conversations with your children. You want to be the one there leading and guiding them along the way. There was no consent from this parent. You know, these Democrats they're all about doing things and not letting the parents have parental authority over their children. And this is minor compared to some other stuff that the Democrats, like California, what they do with the operations that if the parent doesn't go along with it, the child can be taken away. But let's watch the rest of this.
Because I'm pissed right now.
Okay, let's go
So
on.
yesterday, you pulled my daughter out of class and you told her that it was mandatory for her to vote.
No, I didn't say it was mandatory.
So that's what she told me. These are her words, that she said it was mandatory that she votes.
No, ma'am. But go ahead. Finish telling me.
Okay. And that you projected your fears and insecurities on her, telling her if Donald Trump was elected, Black people would be doomed.
Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. So let me say this. I am a minority inspector.
Okay.
For 1016. And as a minority inspector, you never, ever, ever discuss politics or your beliefs or anything like that.
So can we calm my daughter down here? Because at this point, you're making it like she's a complete liar. My daughter had never told me someone said anything such to her like this.
No, ma'am. So this is what happened. I did call her down to register to vote because we're registering all the 18-year-olds to vote.
She's not 18. She's 17.
Yeah, but she turns 18 before the election.
Yeah, but I could have took my daughter to register her to vote. I did not ask for y'all to register my daughter to vote. I have not even spoke to her about the election yet. And I am not a Harris supporter. I am a Trump supporter.
Yes, ma'am.
So for you to tell her anything, and it's like now you're saying she's lying. So now I want her to come down here.
Listen, I'm not saying your daughter's lying. What I'm saying is that I did call her into my office. I did register her to vote. We did have a conversation about it. She did ask me about Trump. She did ask me about Harris. So we started a conversation about, what's going on. I wasn't projecting anything on her. I was just talking about things that are going on in the world.
Yeah, did you tell her about the border being unsecure? Did you tell her about all the illegal criminals that's in this country right now?
So we did have a conversation about the border, and we did talk about the border policies and all of that. We did have a conversation about everything. So let me just say this. I apologize to you for offending you because that was not my intentions. I was not trying to project any of my political beliefs on your daughter or anything like that.
That's why I don't know why the conversation was had. What consent forms did I sign saying I was okay with my daughter being registered to vote in school? She's still 17 years old.
So what consent forms were signed for that?
None.
Because there really isn't any. You know, we just register students to vote here. At every high school, they're registering students
but
to
she's
vote.
Still not 18. She had until the 21st of October, I believe, to register, and her birthday is on the 5th.
Right. So we are permitted to register all students whose birthday is that happens by the 5th because that's the date of the election. So
her birthday's October 5th, not November 5th. So she had until the end of October to register to vote. So that way I could have took her as her mother and I could have explained to her what to do, to look up both policies without me telling her anything.
Right.
This is just not right.
She was asking me questions, and so I was answering her questions.
Yeah, because she wanted to know why did she have to get pulled out of class to register to vote.
No, she didn't. That wasn't the question she asked me. She was asking me questions. Y'all talking out here? Yes. I didn't know it was your parents. Hi. Hello.
So now when she said she didn't tell you, the stuff that you told me she told you, that black people will be doomed if Trump becomes president?
Yes, she did. I didn't say black people will be doomed if Trump becomes president. We did have a conversation about policies and different things like that. You know, you were asking me questions and I was telling you about some of the policies that he had and some policies Harris had. So we did have that type of conversation.
I don't think I was really asking questions. I think I was just really as much as like, right, yeah, right.
So you was just like agreeing, like talking?
No, I'm not really, I don't really care about it. So I'm not really engaged in the conversation as much. I'm just like, okay, like, right.
So you didn't ask me any questions at all?
No.
Okay. Well, this is what I'm going to say. I apologize for raising your daughter to vote. At this point, she is registered to vote. If you would like to change that.
I am, because it should not have been done in the first place.
If you would like to change, anything that's on that form that went in, you're welcome to do that.
I know that.
You can go online and do it.
I know.
I didn't feel like I was projecting anything on her.
You are by telling her anything that you say. You didn't say black people be doomed. She's saying you said it. I'm going to believe my daughter because she would not lie to me about something like this. Why would she lie? Why would she?
Like, I asked, like, if I could do it later, and you're like, no, it's kind of like, no, you have to do it now. Kind of story. And I'm like, I don't.
Did you feel like I was pressuring you?
Yeah, she said she didn't want to do it at the moment.
To me,
yeah.
Did you feel like I was pressuring?
Yeah, I expected to do it another time, and you're like, no, it's kind of mental. But okay, I didn't really know if it was mentoring or not. But.
Okay, well, we're going to agree to disagree on this conversation. I apologize if you feel like you were pressured. I apologize for raising your daughter to vote without your consent and without you having an opportunity to have a conversation with her or even checking anything online. So that's all I can say right now is I apologize.
Yeah, I'm calling the news also.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. I'm taking my daughter out of the school. She do not feel comfortable. I'm just completely pissed off right now. I'm pissed.
Let me just say, I don't know, when we do these videos, YouTube content creators, we don't know how true things are. This appears to be true. This appears to be legit. And this is a very tensions, and that's putting it mildly, election coming up. You've got all these assassination attempts against a former president. You got all that going on. You got what happened in the last election, and people's alerts are on high alert right now. You've got wars going on all over the place. You've got this so-called minority inspector that's going around registering students to vote without any kind of knowledge to the parent. And the girl is 17. Her mother could have had this conversation with her, and her mother wanted to do that. So schools are taking too much upon themselves. Now, I will say by this point, I would think the mother would have had that conversation with her daughter already, since she's so close to being 18. But she has until the end of October to register, and her 18th birthday is October 5th. So it's just a few days away. But still, in any event, I want to show you this right here, because that lady, I don't know if she just got confused, that she speaks to a lot of other students, that she's confusing another student with this lady's daughter, because she's probably been doing this the whole time, trying to muster up support for Kamala Harris. Because I want to show you these text messages right here. You tell me what you think. These are the text messages between the daughter and her mother. The daughter says, "They made me register to vote today. I didn't wanna, but they forced me. I said I'll do it another time, but then she told me I had no choice," which I think is a lie. I'm not even 18 yet. The mother says, "Who made you and what party did you choose?" It was a she and Democrat. Did they tell you to pick that? And who was the lady? I forgot her name. I'll find out tomorrow. And yeah, basically she kept saying how it'll be bad if I picked Trump because of what he was doing to the Mexicans and stuff. I wasn't really paying her no mind. Where was this lady at your school? Yes, my school. She pulled me out of class to register. I asked to do it another time, and she said I really couldn't. You all tell me. Now, who's telling the truth? The daughter, she had that crying emoji. She felt forced. And because of the nature of the Democrat Party and how I know they do things and how they are so, there's no depth they won't sink to morally to get what they want, I'm inclined to believe the daughter, not that minority inspector. That's a terrible sounding title. Minority inspector. I mean, you just sound like you got all the black and brown people lined up and you inspecting us to see if we good enough. It just reminds me of slavery. It just really does, where they had everybody lined up and you were looking in their teeth and everything, seeing how strong they were and all of that. Minority inspector, that sounds horrible to me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but this is the kind of thing that's going on right now. They're trying to, well, you already know this is a public school and they want kids to be indoctrinated. The indoctrination happens in the public school system, whether it's kindergarten all the way up to the university level. You know, with the drag queens coming in, they alternate the history. They got the CRT going. Now they got their minority inspectors coming in, trying to tell you how to vote, getting you registered and telling you how to vote, saying it was a she and a Democrat. Who else would it be but Kamala Harris? That's who that woman wanted her to vote for. And she said she was talking about some of the things, and I can only imagine how that conversation went. More than likely, she did make it seem like if you don't vote this way, we are done. And in actuality, it's the other way around. If we don't vote for Donald Trump, if he does not win, it's not good. Okay? It's not good, because who's in there right now? Kamala Harris. She's the reason for this high inflation. She was the deciding vote, the tie-breaking vote on a lot of pitiful legislation. She is personally responsible. So I'm just saying, you guys vote how you want to vote, but I know how we're doing it over here. Okay, we're not putting feelings into it. It's not a high school popularity contest. We're looking at policy, not personality, because you can be a smooth talking oil salesman, slicker than oil, sly like a snake, like a fox, and slither your way in and out with smooth words and stab somebody in the back. That's figuratively, okay? Figuratively. Don't get anything twisted. But I just wanted to share that information with you all. But this is what they're up to right now. Yeah, this is what they are up to. Minority inspector. Boy, I tell you, I've heard it all. I have heard it all. We can only pray. That's all we can do. We can't control things. I saw a video earlier today about this is in God's hands. This election is in God's hands. So don't fret. Don't worry. It's going to be what God wants to be. Don't fret. He's got it. God is in control. And I thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America. And as I always say, march on, warriors.